Hey guys, I'm Andrew, also known as I am Android, and I love to talk about movies and TV shows way too much. With that being said, in today's video, I'm going to be giving you even more Marvel hot takes, and I would love to hear your guys' hot takes in the comments down below. The first hot take I have is Steve should have given the shield to Bucky instead of Sam. Bucky, yes, I get he's been brainwashed, but at the end of the day, they have a better chemistry and they have a great relationship better than Steve and Sam. And literally, they have been best friends for years and years to come. And their relationship strive and is awesome, especially in the first movie when Sam and Bucky are arguing, when Steve is about to get bullied, or even after he gets bullied, and Bucky goes to war. And Bucky's like, don't do anything stupid until I get back. Steve is like, how can I? You're taking all the stupid with you. That just shows you how good. The next Marvel hot take I have is Andrew Garfield is the best Spider-Man and Peter Parker because you get some of the best Spider-Man swinging scenes, you get the best love interest, and you get the best Spider-Man suit and Tasm 2 and No Way Home. And I don't care what you guys think. You guys think Andrew Garfield is too cool to be Peter Parker, but you are wrong. Now that the multiverse is a thing, it is possible that there's a world out there where Peter can be cool and ride a skateboard and everything like that. Spider-Man 2 is severely overrated. People hype it way too much. The scenes in here are okay and kind of cringe at times. Doc Ock is a fantastic villain, but my biggest thing is that you guys make fun of the montage scene of Bad Peter dance and Spider-Man 3, but there's another montage scene in this movie where he is getting a hot dog and the song Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head, and you guys don't make fun of that. Miles and Gwen have better chemistry than Peter and Gwen. Don't get me wrong, I love Peter and Gwen's dynamic in the Amazing Spider-Man movies, but there's just something phenomenal about Miles and Gwen in the Spider-Verse movies chemistry that is just off the charts. Every time they get close, they know they have feelings, but they don't want to explore. Just because in Spider-Verse 2, Gwen says in every universe Gwen falls for Spider-Man, and in every other universe it doesn't end well. And I think that's why they have trouble pursuing it and seeing where it goes because everything like that. Robert Downey Jr. coming back as Doctor Doom is the best decision Marvel has made since Endgame. Because ever since Robert Downey Jr. left Marvel, every MCU project, besides the exceptions of Fantastic Four First Steps, Guardians 3, No Way Home, and Shang-Chi, has been a complete flop. And not to mention, with everything with Jonathan Majors that happened, they had no idea where to go after that happened. And even Kevin Feige literally stated in an interview that since Endgame, they had no idea where to go because they started and ended this 10-year conclusion to the Infinity Saga, and they had no idea what step to take next. And they were just doing just to pump out Marvel content and everything, just to see what works, what didn't work, this and that, and everything. And I get that they were just trying to experiment to where they should go, but literally talk about it and explain it. Do this before you make a decision on making it two Avengers movies, because I feel it is a little too early to make two more Avengers movies, and literally they're only doing it just. Fantastic Four First Steps is the best Marvel movie since Civil War, and I may get a lot of hate for it, but it is the truth. You have the Avengers divided on if they're both doing the right thing or not. You have Cap believing the thing he's believes, and Tony believing in the things what he believes in, and it totally doesn't want to be held responsible for any more responsibility and death to the government, everything, taking lives of innocent civilians. The movie is introduced to Spider-Man, also the Amazing Spider-Man, which is awesome because this is the best thing about Spider-Man's introduction because they just skipped over his origin story and literally just was like, Daredevil the movie is better more than the non-MCU Marvel movies because Jon Favreau plays a great Foggy Nelson and Ben Affleck plays a great Daredevil. This might be a hot take on top of a hot take, but I like the Daredevil TV show a little bit more than the movie, but I prefer Ben Affleck more than Charlie Well, I love Wolverine. I think Cyclops should have been the leader of the X-Men. Don't get me wrong, I love Wolverine, but Cyclops is one of the best mutants of all time, and he gets sidelined like he's a piece of crap or something, and he doesn't get the treatment and recognition that he deserves. And in the comics, and even in the X-Men 97 show, he finally gets a chance to shine and be the leader of the X-Men, while Wolverine takes a backseat and is sidelined for the entirety of the show, which I enjoy, and I absolutely love and adore, and Fan Four Stick is better than Morbius and Madam Web combined. Look, I know Fan Four Stick is a bad movie, but it is not as bad as Morbius or Madam Web. And they literally fumbled on Morbius so hard that it was doing so bad in the box office, they literally had to take it out early, and then they saw a bunch of memes from it and saw it get a little bit more popular. They put it back into the theaters, and then it did even worse a second time. Madam Web almost failed. It did fail in the box office. It barely grossed $100 million in the box office, and that should tell you something because its budget was $100 million to make and market and everything. So they lost more money than they took out. At least with Fan Four Stick, there is something to enjoy in the movie, and that's the actors like Michael B. Jordan. I have a few honorable mentions that I thought weren't good enough for the actual list, but I think they were good enough for the actual video. Edward Norton plays a better Hulk than Mark Ruffalo because Edward Norton really embodies the Hulk. And say what you want about his movie, that is not that great, but he played a fantastic Hulk. And I know for a fact that if he was still in the MCU and wasn't replaced, he wouldn't let Hulk become weaker and become Professor Hulk in Endgame and be completely useless like Mark Ruffalo got to do in Endgame and everything like that. And also, I feel like the Avengers feel more like co-workers than the Avengers from Thunderbolts. Yes, the Avengers are awesome and they fight more than the Thunderbolts, but at the end of the day, they care about each other for the Thunderbolts Avengers and everything like that. And the original Avengers, they literally fight, defeat the people, and defeat the army, whatever, and then they just go their separate ways and don't have any contact with each other. Wesley Snipes' Blade is overrated. Mahershala Ali can do a better job, and I stand true to that statement. Don't get me wrong, I love Wesley Snipes as Blade, but he's kind of old, and the only good portrayal of him as Blade is either in Blade Trinity or Deadpool and Wolverine. And I'm curious on how Mahershala Ali's portrayal of Blade is going to be when his movie finally comes out, or if it comes out. My favorite line of Wesley Snipes' Blade is in Deadpool Wolverine, and when he says,
That's Punisher's AT4.
Which Punisher? There's been like 5 of them.
There's only been one Blade.
and with that being said, guys, I'm Andrew, also known as Iron Android, and if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more like it, make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single upload. Also, if you haven't already, subscribe to my gaming channel and follow my TikTok. Link will be in the description for both of these things. But with that being said, I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.